Holy cow, contractors. You can't live with them. You can't live without them. I kid. Actually, I've met a lot of really good contractors. So if you're a contractor, I don't hate you. I don't, I promise. But I do have some grievances with a lot of contractors that I've dealt with. I've lost thousands of dollars because I didn't have a good filter process. I would argue that your filter process for finding a good contractor should be just as stringent, if not more, than when you find a tenant for your properties. Don't do what I did and lose thousands of dollars because you didn't have a written agreed on scope of work with your contractor, or go completely the opposite way and then hire some random Joe Schmo to do something, give them kind of barely any guidance, and then say, all right, go ahead and figure it out. Because what's going to happen is the contractor that you just said, okay, I trust you, go ahead and do it, I'll pay you when you're done. Well, you're going to have scope loss. You're not going to know. And you're both going to get frustrated on where the finish line is for fixing up a property. And what's ultimately going to happen is you're going to have scope loss. You're going to think, hey, I thought we agreed on just this. And then you're both going to get angry and frustrated, and you're going to lose friends or business partners, and it's messy. Don't go that way. You don't want a bad reputation. You don't want to give them a bad reputation. Just have it written down, agree on it up front, and life will go swimmingly for both of you. It'll also help you manage your project costs. Second one, if you hire just any Joe Schmo, you have to realize you're taking on several risks. Risk number one, their quality's going to be bad. And what this typically shows up in is either rework because they did a poor job, so now you have to train them to, hey, we need to fix these things. Or number two, it's going to show up in wasted time that you have to train them on how to do the thing. So don't just hire any Joe Schmo. You should have a filter process for how you're going to find people to do work for you. With that said, I've created a couple strategies, if you will, for how to not get screwed and save yourself on cost at the same time. Because what we're looking for is the intersection between good quality and not being screwed over on price. All right, let me read my notes. Okay. Like I've mentioned in another video, getting the cheapest bid should not be your goal. The reason I say that is you could get a good price and still be screwed on the terms. You got a cheap price, maybe they did a really bad job and they just wanted to get the bid. They don't really care what kind of work they do. So don't always fight for the cheap price. Look at what they do as a person, how good is their quality, and then, compare it to the market rate and then settle on what's a good intersection. I've come up with 3 strategies that I think will be important for you. Point number 1, when you're looking for a contractor through Facebook groups, or even if you're going to call an advertisement, let's say you see a billboard and you're like, I'm going to give them a phone call. You should always, well, obviously already have a written scope, but always look at what they've done previously. Do they have recommendations? Do they have a portfolio? If you posted on Facebook and all they did was just give you a name and a number and said, "Hey, call me," and they don't have a business card and you don't know them from Adam, you probably shouldn't use them. You shouldn't even waste either of your time. I wouldn't even have them come out to the property, to be honest. People who show their business card or have a Facebook page or a website, and those are the people we're going to compare bids on, not just random people. Number 2, any contractor you work with should be scored on an Excel sheet, and I grade them. You get a grade. If you're my contractor and you work with me, you're going to get graded on communication. So how well do they speak to you? Does it take forever for them to get back to you? Do they communicate very well about when they're going to be at the property? When are they going to do the work? How fast are they? That's another point. What was their price like? So price isn't the only thing, but it is still a factor. Quality, speed, communication, and price. If you get those things, you rate them, and the contractors that I work with that have high scores, I use them again. And I do even better for them. I end up recommending them to my friends, and then they use them. Number 3 is kind of controversial because some people are going to say that I don't know if gaming the system's the right word. Some people are going to say that it doesn't work and it's not worth it, or it takes too much time. But for my specific life, I think it is a worthy pursuit. I think it can potentially save you tons of money. It is not a guarantee, but I call it the 3-layered cake of contractors. Let me pull up Microsoft Paint and I'll explain and show you what I'm talking about. Actually, I'm going to hold off on part 3. I'm going to make a whole video about it separately. I started talking about it. I've already recorded it. I'm going to post it immediately after this one. But I realize it's taking a long time to just explain the third point as a whole. It should have its own video. So if you've stuck with me this far, consider liking the video. And the only thing I really ask in exchange is that you subscribe. It's free content. It helps me and it also helps you. And I'll see you in the next one. The third point is in the next video. So go watch it. Thank you.